Hi there, Joka here with a few stitching projects, some of which I created with some new dies and some of them are with old ones. These are the new dies from the Spring into Stitching collection that is new today. There's, I think, one more set in the collection that I don't have. This first one is a flower and some leaves. And then there's this border that's layering dies, and you can see that you can add stitching to those ovals. And then there's this background cover plate type of thing that you can use with the outline die, like I will, or if you want a different size card, then of course you can also use it without. But I like to create A2 size cards, so it's okay. Now I'm clean up the die cut, and you can see when I lift it up that basically your guide how to stitch this. But also, if you don't stitch it, those lines are really nice. Now, I went with blue for all these cards because of one reason. Last year, I don't know, I wasn't in a crafty mood for weeks, and I just stitched some panels and they were all blue. Blue is my favorite color, but I don't really work with only blue a lot of times. I will come back to this, but I wanted to show you this. This is what I do on the back of my panel. I have a knot at the end of the floss, and then I come between the threads, and that's how I finish my the end of my thread. I don't like to use washi tape. I don't, these areas are small. I don't like to use glue. So this is the easiest I find to keep this in place. And as you can see, it's just coming back and forth. You could go left, right, and then come together in the middle. That would give you a little bit of a different layering at the bottom of the petal. But I don't know, I'm used to doing left to right. I'm not gonna show you much more of the stitching because it's the same type of die and stitching that Spellbinders always does, and I have this in several videos, so I don't want to bore you with this. But if this is the first video that you see, I thought maybe I just add a little bit of it. Anyways, back to the previous topic is that so I stitched a bunch of blue panels last year, but I never turned them into cards because I already worked with those products before, and I didn't have a different idea with them. Not that I had now, but I thought this would be a good time to finally finish those. I mean, it's kind of wasteful, right? I made those panels and never used them. I had them sitting on the chair next to my desk, so yeah, it was time. So I decided to put them in this video, but they are not the new products, but I will tell you that in the video just so that you're not confused. This one is the finished panel. This is a new product that I showed in the beginning. And then I added some simple backstitch to that. Now I set that aside because I didn't know how I wanted to finish it. So I moved on to the next die set, which I'm not going to stitch. That actually rhymes. Okay, so obviously you could add stitching to this. It's easy, and you could also stitch this differently. You could just add the circle with backstitch, or the same kind of stitching that I did on the first panel. You could add that too for more texture. But I don't know, I just didn't feel like doing that. So I created 3 different borders, but with the same cardstocks, but I just layered them in a different way. And now I'm trying to figure out how to use them. So here are some flowers that I stitched, 3 of them, all the same blue, purple, variegated floss. And I figured that I wanted to adhere these borders like so not lengthwise, but just like this. And then I don't know, I didn't know if I want to just add one of each, or I would want to cover most of the slimline panel. You will see it in a second. And I don't know if you noticed that I went from light to dark, but not the top layer, because that was less visible to my eyes. It was the bottom layer with these ovals that was more prominent to my eyes. So that's where I can see that it goes from light to dark blue. I don't know if that makes sense. So I decided to add the remaining bits of those borders because, if I already made them, then let's not waste them. I did not even mention, but you probably noticed that the ends of these borders are kind of, well, not nice, because I did not bother cutting them all the way through. Since I knew that I wasn't gonna use them. Normally I would, this die actually fits on the normal 6x8 plate, and especially at an angle. If you only use one at a time, then it's perfect, but I didn't. I used 3 dies at a time, so I couldn't put them at an angle. And this way, they just fit on the plate and they did not cut through all the way to the end. But because I knew that I wasn't gonna need those parts, I did not die cut them again. So that's what I wanted to explain. Now I'm creating my card base, this slimline card base, and I will use the ATG glue to attach the card front. And then I'm using this, what was this called again? Something with spring into glimmer. I don't know. Actually, I don't I don't know. Okay, but it was a recent video where I used this. It was, I think the product was new last month, and I have plenty of the glimmer sentiments left that I created in that video, so I am using that one. And here what you see me do, on this flower, I had to stitch the petals separately because I didn't find a way to go from one hole of the petal to the next petal without the thread being visible. So I had to tie a knot on the back, and the ends of the thread I didn't want to see on the front, so I added some glue to keep them in place. That's what I was doing. And now I'm adding these 3 flowers. I wasn't actually planning to add anything to this card. I wanted to create a different card with the flowers, but then I don't know, I changed my mind, and I'm not actually convinced that this all fits. But okay, what's done is done. And I added a second layer that was not stitched to the flower, just for some dimension, because I really like those lace kind of edges. And I am finishing this card with some gems or crystals in the smallest size. They fit right into those little holes. Now I'm coming back to the previous stitched panel, and I'm not going to do anything special with it. I really don't have better ideas. I'm just going to add a light blue card front to the card base here, and I'm just going to adhere that stitched panel on top of it, and then add the sentiment and nothing else. You know, when you spend so much time on stitching, I don't think you want to really cover it up. So what else can you do? Add the sentiment, and that's pretty much it. Or at least that's what I can do. I'm not creative like that. So and this is what I've been doing with the stitched panels. I'm adding the glue, the liquid glue, on to the stitched areas because those are dimensional. It's useless to add glue to the paper because, you know, there's so much dimension. I would not be able to glue that, and it's fine. It sticks. It's not gonna fall off anytime soon, so it works. I tested this. Now I'm grabbing one of the sentiment stamp sets from another new collection that's new today, and I'm showing it to you in another video. I think it's called Celebrate You, and this is the kind of the only shape that I felt like fit in the middle of that card. But I actually wanted a circle. I just don't have a really small circle die. So what I tried to do here, I was thinking, okay, I can die cut that off with another part of the die, but unfortunately that didn't work. So I'm just fussy cutting it off. It's not gonna be perfect at all, but it's gonna be okay. And then I'm also layering a heavyweight cardstock behind it, again because I knew that I was gonna use some foam tape, and I just like that dimension anyway. So, and eventually what happened here is all cards turned out to be thank you cards. So at least I have a theme, actually two, because they are all blue and now they are all thank you cards. Okay, so that was the second card with the new collection, and then these three are the old ones. I think this thanks was one of the die kits, I think the small die kits even, sometime around March, April last year. And then the other panel that I stitched that came out later, I think sometime in the summer. But again, I'm not sure. But if they are still available, I'm going to link them in the description box below. I didn't actually check. I just wanted to finish these cards. And as you can see, I die cut the letters that come with the die set from a bunch of different blue pattern papers. And now I am adding this beautiful blue paper to my card base. So this is going to be under that stitched piece, just peeking out. And it's, I don't know, it's such a beautiful blue. I think it's one of my favorite blues. Navy is one, and then these periwinkle kind of shades are my other favorites. And the letters I die cut from from light to dark, from left to right, from different patterns, just to add some interest. And I added those letters with foam tape, and again I am adding foam tape to the back of this whole piece as well. And I will not show the other similar card in the video. I'm just going to show it to you at the very end because it's exactly the same as this one. It's just different color, only I did not add foam tape to the die cut letters on that one. But I mean, it's the same looking card. I tried if I could add some gems, but I decided not to. So it's a very simple card. And this one will be as well. I'm not adding anything special to it, which is a surprise because I like to add enamel dots at least to everything. But I don't know if you can pick it up from this distance, but these ones have a lot of French knots on the well, like at the center of the flower and such. So that would be normally the place where I would add some gem or some enamel dots. But since I already have those French dots or knots, why did I say dots again? I did not want to hide those. Now I'm using another one of these Glimmer sentiments from last month, and to make it sturdier, I'm adding another layer of cardstock, and I'm trying to decide where I should place this. I kind of liked it at the bottom right, but then I decided maybe in the middle it's better. And again, I'm trying if I could add gems, but I didn't end up doing that. Okay, so the cards are done. Here is one of the old panels, and here's one of the new ones. I can't wait to see what this looks like stitched, which I did not try. And then this beautiful new cover plate. And it's very simple to stitch because the shapes are really large on that one. And then another old one, and then I'm going to show you the one that I did not show in the video earlier. This is a different kind of blue, but I also like this one. Okay, so I hope you like these cards. I hope I could inspire you in some way. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.